Assalamu alaikum dear students. In previous lecture we discussed the polar form of a complex number. Now today we are going to convert the given complex number into the polar form. Now the first complex number is 1 minus iota. So here we have a complex number. This is the Cartesian form of a complex number. Its real part is simply here 1. Imaginary part is minus 1. So we know that the polar form of a given complex number is of the form of z equals to r cos theta plus iota sin theta. Here r is modulus of this complex number and theta is the amplitude. Now z equals to r cos theta, we can write this as plus iota r sin theta. So comparing these two complex numbers, which implies that r cos theta equals to 1, which is the real part, and r sin theta equals to minus 1, which is imaginary part. So when we square these two equations on both sides, it is r square cos square theta is 1 and r square sin square theta is 1. So adding these two equations, we simply get r square cos square theta plus r square sin square theta equals to 1 plus 1. That is, here cos square plus sin square is 1, or so r square is 2, which implies that r is 2. So when r is 2, put r equals to root 2 in either equation first or in equation second. So from first to root 2 cos theta is 1, root 2 sin theta is minus 1, which implies that cos theta is 1 by 2, sin theta is minus 1 by 2. You know that in fourth quadrant, the value of the cos is positive, while as the sin is negative. So this means that here cos theta is 1 by root 2, sin theta is minus 1 by root 2. So this means that this theta lies in fourth quadrant, that is in this quadrant. Now here we will consider the principal values of the argument. You know that the principal values are those values whose value lies between minus pi to pi. So if we put theta equals to minus pi by 4, because here we will measure in order to find, or in order to have the value of the principal theta, or the principal value of this theta, we should consider the angle through the negative direction, that is in clockwise direction. So if we put theta equals to minus pi by 4, you know that cos minus pi by 4 is 1 by root 2 and sin minus pi by 4 is minus 1 by root 2. So we have here theta equals to minus pi by 4, because this theta equals to minus pi by 4 satisfies these two equations, this equation and this equation simultaneously. So this means that if we put here we have r equals to root 2, theta equals to minus pi by 4. So this means that the required polar form is z equals to r is here root 2 cos pi by 4 plus iota sin pi by 4. So this is the required polar form of this given complex number. Now the second one is minus 1 minus iota. So here real part, we know that in polar form the real part is r cos theta and imaginary part is r sin theta. So which means that r cos theta is minus 1, r sin theta is minus 1. So squaring and adding these two equations, we get r equals to root 2. When r equals to root 2, substitute in this equation or in this equation. Cos theta is minus 1 by root 2, sin is 1 by root 2. Sin is minus 1 by root 2. Here both values, both the cos as well as sin is negative. You know that in third quadrant both sin and cos values are negative. Hence we will consider the principal argument. You know that cos pi by 4 is 1 by root 2, sin pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. So if we consider this angle, here it is pi by 4, this. Now if we consider angle through this, it is here minus pi. Now we will add minus pi with pi by 4, because here it is pi by 4. So we get angle which is equals to this angle, and this angle is minus 3 pi by 4. Minus 3 pi by 4 lies in interval minus pi to pi. So this means that here minus 3 pi by 4 is the principal value of this argument. Hence required form is z equals to root 2 into cos minus 3 pi by 4 plus iota sin minus 3 pi by 4. So this is the required form of complex number. In this way you can convert each and every complex number, but always consider the principal values of this argument. Now if we consider the complex numbers of the form of z equals to 3, means which are those complex numbers, we have to convert the complex numbers which are purely real complex number, means imaginary part is 0. We know that z equals to r cos theta plus iota sin theta is the polar form. It is real part is cos theta, which is 3, because for this given complex number real part is 3, imaginary part is absent, that is 0, or sin theta is 0. So adding and squaring these two equations, we simply get r square equals to 3, that is r equals to 3. Now put r equals to 3 in above equations, which implies that cos theta is 3 by 3, that is 1, sin theta is 0. So this means that here theta is 0 always, because cos 0 is 1, sin 0 is 0. You know that these real numbers, positive real numbers, or those complex numbers whose real part is positive real number, lies on this axis, and the angle of the position vectors of these points with the positive, so this means that with the same line, is always 0. So this means that theta is 0. Now amplitude is the given complex this real number, that is r equals to 3. Hence its polar form is z equals to 3, which is 3 into cos 0 plus iota sin 0. Now if you have any complex number which is of the form of, suppose a, where a is positive, so this means that the polar form of that complex number is a into cos 0 plus iota sin 0, because angle or the argument is always 0. Now if we consider the negative numbers lies on this portion of this axis. So the angle of the position vectors of these points is simply pi here, because here we have complete this straight angle. So when it is pi, it is principal argument, hence it is polar form is, or polar form of this complex number is z equals to, here modulus is here 3, because it is root of x square plus y square, that is simply 3 cos pi plus iota sin pi. So if a is negative complex number, or if we consider z equals to minus a, and then its polar form is always z equals to a cos pi plus iota sin pi, because angle is 180. Now we will consider the complex numbers which are purely imaginary complex number, that is z equals to iota. Now it is Cartesian form, we can write this as 0 plus iota, real part is 0, imaginary part is 1. Also the polar form is of the form of z equals to r cos theta plus iota sin theta. R cos theta is 0, or sin theta is here 1. Now when we square and add these two, we simply get r equals to 1. Also if we have here positive sign, those complex numbers whose real part is 0, imaginary part is positive, imaginary part is of positive sign. So this means that those real complex numbers lies on positive y axis, and angle is here always negative. So this means that here theta is 90, hence its polar form is for this is z equals to 1 cos pi by 2 plus iota sin pi by 2. So here for this complex number, r is 1 and theta is pi by 2 always. Now if we consider the complex number which is of the form of z equals to iota 2, then r is 2, theta is pi by 2. Now if we consider the negative, that is z equals to minus iota. Now z equals to minus iota lies, or z equals to minus iota, suppose if we consider iota a, so this means that its imaginary part is negative. So when it is negative, which implies that these complex numbers lies on this portion. Now if we consider this angle and measure in clockwise direction, its measure is minus pi by 2. When it is minus pi by 2, so this means that argument for complex numbers which are purely imaginary and imaginary parts are negative, the polar form is of the form of z equals to here cos of minus pi by 2, because angle is here minus pi by 2. So in general we can say that if z equals to iota a while a is positive, then its polar form is z equals to a cos pi by 2 plus iota sin pi by 2. And if we consider complex numbers of the form of z equals to minus ia, then its polar form is z equals to a, because we have to consider the modulus, and cos pi minus pi by 2 plus iota sin minus pi by 2. So in this way you can convert any complex number in a Cartesian form to polar form. So inshallah in tomorrow's lecture we will discuss the quadratic equations. Thank you.